All right, everybody, welcome to the Sprint 2 stand-up meeting. We want to go over some of the things that we closed out last sprint. So where are we at on the living relatives and the direct line to 8th generation? Did we get that all done?
Yeah, we did pretty good on that one.
Okay, and then we made it all the way through the 2nd generation auxiliary lines to present, right?
Yep, that one was completed.
All right. So it looks like moving ahead this week, are there any complications to those last items in our last sprint that would cause any problems moving forward, or did we have success with all the processes in place with the software and tracking and all that?
Yep, no, we were able to input everything, and we made sure that all the data was correct for all 8 generations.
All right, perfect. Okay, moving ahead, looking forward, it looks like we've got a pretty stacked sprint. There's a chance that we could do 13 points because we've got one 3-pointer and 2 5-pointers. How are we looking on our efficiency? Did we finish ahead of schedule last sprint, or were we right up to the wire?
We did good, but I would suggest doing the 8 points, and then if we need to, we can always pull in that last 5-pointer if we have extra time. But yeah, I wouldn't want to overcommit and give ourselves too much in this sprint, and then it would just get, we'd fall behind. So I would suggest doing 8. I don't know. What do you think, guys?
That makes sense to me. Well, we're kind of just picking places to focus on, right? And we're focusing on things in a certain order because of genealogy. So yeah, you get the 3rd generation and the 4th generation lines. But of course, anybody who's already finishing those 4th generation auxiliary lines could easily move on to the 5th generation auxiliary lines. There's nothing to stop them from doing that. I guess in the next sprint we can cover and see exactly how far everybody went and decide if we actually need to sit down and focus on the 5th generation in the next sprint again because nobody got to it or got enough done.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, perfect. So the other question is, we have the Family History Center scheduled and we have volunteers working with people right now, right? So last week, how did that go? Did we hear any negative feedback, positive feedback?
It went over pretty well. I mean, they're very welcoming for us. We did have somebody get there really early the other day, and he was sitting outside the building for an hour, which was kind of weird. I mean, but we fixed that. We just gave him a phone number so that he could call next time.
Okay, perfect. And there's no other ward groups or anything trying to use the Family History Center on those nights, right? We're clear?
No, we just coordinate it correctly, so we actually have those reserved and whatnot.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, are there any issues or blockages that we could see causing us to make progress through these 8 story points for this sprint? Are there anything that we can maybe anticipate and act accordingly on?
Nothing abnormal except that the further down you get into these lines, the older the data gets. So you always run the risk of people running into holes and the trees getting wider. So, I mean, the job's just getting bigger as you go.
Okay, great. All right. Well, that's pretty much all the business we have to cover today. Does anybody have anything that they need to bring before the group? Maybe something we can help you guys focus on?
No, I don't have anything.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. We'll see you next sprint.
Beauty.